Hi, I'm Richard Vague with Tychos. France has just had a rapid series of elections where it first looked like the party of centrist, pro-European President Emmanuel Macron would be ousted by the far right, followed quickly by one where, in a shock, the far left prevailed, leaving the waters more muddied than they have been in decades, and a sense that Macron's current government isn't going to last much longer. It wasn't just France. In the UK, conservatives suffered the worst defeat in the modern era, and in Germany, the far-right party surged in both votes and seats, finishing second. The US may very well have a tumultuous election of its own in 4 short months. What's going on? Let's take a peek at 3 key post-pandemic economic factors. The first is the real wage growth rate, the increase in the amount that workers are taking home. Nobody has much to write home about. For France, it was nearly flat at 0.5% in 2023 and 0.0% year over year at the end of the first quarter of 2024. For Germany, those two numbers were 2.0%, followed by another 2.0%. In the UK, a modest 1.3%, followed by another 1.3%. And in the US, 1.9%, then a slightly better 2.2%. GDP growth itself has also been underwhelming. For France, that was a tepid 0.9% in 2023 and a 0.9% year over year at the end of the first quarter of 2024. For Germany, those were a disappointing negative 0.2%, then an even more disappointing negative 0.5%. In the UK, it was an ugly 0.1%, then an ugly 0.3%. And in the US, a respectable 2.5%, which modestly increased in the year-over-year number at the end of the first quarter to 2.8%. Unemployment has been problematic in France. While trending downward, it remains at a frustrating 7.4%. The numbers are much better in Germany, the UK, and the US, sitting at 2.9%, 4.1%, and 3.7% respectively. Combining these factors, it's not a catastrophe anywhere, and we know the difference, since we saw a catastrophe in 2008 and 2020. Nevertheless, the situation is simply not particularly good in France, with low GDP and wage growth and high unemployment. It's somewhat better in the UK and Germany, but not much. And in the US, things are comparatively better. But there is clearly more at play here than mere economics. Economically, it's the kind of environment just lackluster enough for adverse social and cultural factors to come to the forefront. And that's what we're now seeing. So next week, we will look at a few other factors. Generally speaking, our observation is that over time, loosely affiliated and unaffiliated voters give one side a chance, and then after a cycle or two, when they don't see attention or relief on the matters impacting them most, they swing to the other side. That's it for this week. And as always, join the conversation in the comments below. Thanks.